in April alone over.
We take you right now to some breaking news as we are finally getting decisions 6 months after an election for North Carolina's new Supreme Court justice. And it seems that Jefferson Griffin has conceded. Allison Riggs will now be the new Supreme Court justice. Julie Kay in studio now joining me here to discuss this. Julie, you've been following this pretty much from the beginning. Yesterday, we talked on WCNC Charlotte starting at 4 in the afternoon that they were getting closer to a decision. What happened since then?
This is the first final decision we've gotten. We've gotten close to a final decision prior, but Jefferson Griffin, as of just a few minutes ago, finally conceded to the Associated Press. He released a statement. I have it here. He said, quote, "While I do not fully agree with the district court's analysis, I respect the court's holding, just as I have respected every judicial tribunal that has heard this case. I will not appeal this court's decision." So what he's talking about is that federal court decision that we talked about yesterday at 4, where a district court judge stepped in and said that this cannot happen. What was really interesting about that, and why this decision is interesting, is because that judge was actually a Trump appointee. So there was no really case to be made for, oh, that's a left-leaning judge. This is coming from the Democrats. This is a partisan move. This was probably the least partisan move that has been made in this entire journey. But because he's not appealing that, and that is final, this is now the decision. Riggs already claimed that victory yesterday on her X, on her Facebook, but now it is officially final.
And that was part of the discussion, though, with the federal judge, putting a final, kind of stamp on it. Let's move forward now, and at least now we can all move forward.
Yeah, because we had talked about multiple options that could have had us talking about this for years to come. Let's say Griffin did want to appeal this decision, and the judge did say, you have 7 days to do that, so he left that open for Griffin to make that choice. That could have gone to then the District Court of Appeals, the Fourth Circuit. That could have then gone all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. So we could, of course, the Supreme Court may not have taken that on, but we could have been doing this for over a year. Ugh. It could have, at one point, multiple sources told me it could go to another election, say in tandem with the midterms. Can you imagine the political ads we'd be seeing for that? So this is, I think, regardless of who voted for who, some peace of mind for those voters who thought that that was what was coming in the future.
Yeah, and really it's one of those things where voters are saying, at least, we're protecting democracy, being first and foremost this morning. So finally a decision made, and Riggs can now move forward.
I'll be interested to see. I haven't looked to see if her statement came out, but again, this statement from Griffin just came in the last 15 minutes or so. So I'm expecting that pretty shortly, although again, she has already claimed victory, though now it is final and she no longer has to ward off any attempts from his side.
All right, the battle is over. Everyone can move forward. Julie Kay joining us here with this breaking news in the Live Impact studio. Thanks for this up to the second update. Appreciate that, and we'll hear more from both parties there as everyone moves forward.